So coming out in early July, it was quite obvious and very apparent that Spider-Man Homecoming would be a big film. Unfortunately, right off the bat, you could tell that the film was never going to be as big as the Sam Raimi ones because of a few variable reasons. One, mainly being character fatigue, but two, that the advertising just wasn't as much as some of the previous movies due to a smaller budget this time around, and Sony wanted to play this a little bit safer than they did with the previous movie, which at the end only made $70 million in profit. Yes, Amazing Spider-Man 2, costing close to $600 million to make, only made a $70 million profit. So, they didn't want to risk that much again. Now, Spider-Man Homecoming has had a great, haul that it's done in the box office. And over the last couple of weeks, it's passed a few milestones. Mainly, it passed $700 million just about a weekend ago. And some analysts are saying that it has another 10 to 15 million it's going to do in the US, another 20 to 30 million in Japan, where it just recently opened, and another 30 to 40 million in China, which would mean that the film is somehow going to end between 770 million upwards to maybe 800 million total. Now, on a production budget of $175 million, an estimated $300 million with advertising, you can see that this is going to be Sony's biggest win in quite a long time. Not just that, this would mean that it is officially going to surpass The Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2 in not just how profitable it is, but also in the fact that it's actually beating them in box office all these years later. Now, there are analysts out there saying that it could possibly pass Spider-Man 2, which is currently the lowest of the Raimi trilogy at $783.7 million, which would mean that this would be the third highest grossing Spider-Man film after Spider-Man 3 and Spider-Man 1, which would honestly be quite huge for them. And obviously give them an outlook onto the future of the character, with the sequel probably guaranteed to surpass Spider-Man 1 and possibly go up against Spider-Man 3 in total box office. So all around, it's really great news for Spider-Man, great news for Spider-Man fans, great news for Sony. Well, at least the Sony brand that's dealing with Spider-Man, and not the idiots over there dealing with Silver and Black, and Aunt May does Peggle the movie, or whatever the hell they're going to come up with. I don't, oh my god, they probably just heard this. They're like, Aunt May, the Peggle movie, that's a great idea. Just go Joe Quesada to write this. Do kids even remember Peggle anymore? I know it's only like 10 years old, but damn. Y'all remember Peggle? That was a good game. That unicorn horse thing or whatever. What?